My name is Felicitas Biskup and I'm a Senior Product Marketing Manager here at Bandwidth. I want to take the next 5 minutes or so to share some of the common concerns that we see with our customers today to help you think through your own migration strategy. Let me venture a guess. You are an IT leader in a large enterprise. You have to support offices across the globe. You have Avaya and Cisco legacy on-prem. You have some people on Microsoft Teams, maybe Zoom and RingCentral too, and your contact center is still up in the air. You want to support staff as they're working from home, switch from calling plans to direct routing, and gradually transition all your equipment to the cloud. All without breaking anything. On one hand, this is really quite scary. On the other hand, it's a good opportunity to tidy up, optimize, and streamline. All the changes that you need to make to support hybrid working are opening doors for vendor consolidation, cost-cutting, future-proofing, and maybe you can find a way that's not so stressful. The challenge is, how? How do you get from messy to zen? What do you need to think about? How do you get it done? How do you not break anything in the process, like your emergency calling or your customer calls? So as you move your whole organization to Microsoft Teams and select a direct routing partner, there are 3 elements that you need to consider: voice, emergency calling, and SMS. Starting with voice, ask yourself these questions. Where do you need coverage? Does your supplier have full PSTN replacement in all the countries where you have offices? Can you reduce the number of carriers per region or even replace all of them with one global network? And what do you do with your equipment? Do you value more call control options and keep some of it? Or do you prefer to have fewer maintenance overheads and bin it all? Once you've made your choices for voice, you can move on to emergency calling. And how do you move 911, 999 or 112 to the cloud without causing any disruption? When evaluating a carrier for emergency calling, think about, is your carrier certified by Microsoft? Microsoft has only certified 3 carriers in the US for E911. Does your carrier connect to all your cloud platforms? And can it support emergency calling in all your other locations across the world? Can your carrier help you comply with Carrie's Law and Rabohm's Act and all the other local regulations in all the different countries? Finally, text messaging is the last hurdle before you can turn off your equipment. There are many different ways of doing SMS with Teams, so which do you choose? When we talked to our customers, they wanted an app that worked with their existing numbers, helped them with compliance, didn't store any user data, and that was well documented, easy to deploy, and easy to use. And they didn't want to spend any in-house resources on developing an app themselves. They didn't find anything out there, so we built one for them. We used our own messaging API to build our first customer-facing app, sent by Bandwidth for Microsoft Teams, and we're excited to launch that here at Enterprise Connect. Now our direct routing customers can do everything they need with Teams: voice, emergency calling, and text messaging. So the final question that our customers are asking themselves now is, can I do the same thing for all my comms platforms? Can I find the provider who can support my future growth and integration needs? Someone who will grow and evolve with me so that I don't need to move my numbers again in 2, 5, 10 years' time. All of that is quite a lot to think about. So here's a handy checklist to recap. What to look out for in a direct routing partner. Can they support your decision to keep on-prem equipment or help you phase it out? Can they help you consolidate your global carrier relationships? Obviously, can they do voice, emergency calling, and SMS? Can they integrate with all your platforms of choice? Can they scale with you as you grow? Can they help you be compliant with Carrie's Law, Rabohm's Act, and all the other regulations? And can you see yourself working with them in the long term? By the way, since I've got you here, let me give you a quick introduction of Bandwidth. We are an all-IP carrier with a global network. We offer voice, emergency calling, and SMS. We power the leading UCaaS, CCaaS, and conferencing solutions, including Google, Microsoft, Cisco, RingCentral, Genesys, and many others, so you've probably used us many times without knowing it. We have full PSTN replacement in over 38 countries and territories, which allows you to consolidate your global carrier vendors down to, well, one. We can integrate with many of the leading SIP-enabled platforms on or off-prem. We already power the Teams calling plans behind the scenes, and now we also offer BYOC with Microsoft Teams for voice, emergency calling, and SMS. We integrate with all the Microsoft certified SBCs, that goes without saying, and we also offer a hosted solution where we take care of the SBCs on your behalf. Our BYOC offering isn't exclusive to Teams alone. We also integrate with RingCentral, with Genesys, and many other cloud-based comms platforms. It is our vision to be the universal platform that integrates with and connects all your communication apps, and we will keep on building more and more integrations in time. Thank you for listening. This is a lot of information, and I hope that you found this brief overview useful.